Hi everyone, let's continue our discussion on decoding the GS mains syllabus for UPSC CSE. We are doing the general studies paper 1 and we have already covered the sections on art and culture, modern Indian history, post-independence Indian history, world history and Indian society in the previous two videos. Kindly watch them. Also, please like, comment, share and subscribe if you feel the contents are beneficial to you. Do not forget to check the latest uploaded strategy videos, both for 1 year for the preparation, targeting 2023, and also what am I going to plan or what I have already planned to upload on my channel for the remaining, or let's say rather next few months. Let's now proceed with the geography. This is the last one in the GS1 series, then we'll proceed with GS2. As you have seen in the case of geography, the last three topics entirely sums up the syllabus. It says that salient features of world's physical geography. It also says distribution of key natural resources across the world. Of course, that includes South Asia and the Indian subcontinent. Factors responsible for the location of primary, secondary and tertiary sector industries in various parts of the world, including India. So you have world's physical geography, you have natural resources, you have industries, and then you have important geophysical phenomena like earthquake, tsunami, volcanic activity, cyclone, etc. Geographical features and their location, changes in the critical geographical features. Now those changes might include water bodies and ice caps also, in those features, and also in flora and fauna and the effects of such changes. So although it looks like very small, but it is very huge. As you can see here on the screen, because they have not given much of an information here, so I have tried to extract the pointers from the optional syllabus. That is the closest that you could have seen, because GS में अगर इतना ही लिखा हुआ है तो इसका breakup can be best given from the UPSC's optional syllabus itself. Of course, the depth that you will be going for these topics will be slightly less as compared to what the optional people will be doing, but broadly we would have to cover these many topics. Now, when they talk about the salient features of world's physical geography, so your physical geography will include so many things. For example, geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, biogeography and environmental geography. Now, if you talk about the geomorphology, basically it relates to the things related to your landforms. In the landforms, let's say we talk about the formation of it with the help of different forces. For example, endogenic and the exogenic forces. Then you have the Earth's crust and the Earth's interior. So the outer layer also and the interior of the Earth also. This is what I'm already teaching right now in my geography series, the crust, mantle, core, etc. So that also you can check from there. The continental drift theory, the plate tectonics theory, how the mountains have been formed, what about the topics like volcanism or earthquake or tsunami, etc. Now, if you see these topics and you see these topics, they are related. So the first and the third are also interrelated in the sense of the geophysical things happening. So they are overlapping and they are also overlapping. The third part is also overlapping slightly with your disaster management, because these are the disasters that we would be talking about. Moving on to the another aspect of the component, which is your climatology. Now let's see the subparts for climatology. So it says temperature, pressure, heat budget, atmosphere, winds, monsoons, jet streams, cyclones, precipitation, weather in climate, hydrological cycle, or you call it water cycle, etc. Now again, that's going to be a huge list. I hope you will understand कि ये छोटा सा list तो नहीं हो सकता है. But still, because we are now just trying to understand the broader breakup or the broader aspects जो कि हम इसमें cover कर सकते हैं. So these are the things that we are just looking for. And all of these is also given in your NCERT. I hope you remember I've attached one video talking about what could be your expectations from the geography series that we are doing right now. In that also I've explained the syllabus in another manner. And I've also attached a PDF in which I've explained that what topics you will be covering from which books. So rather than doing the NCERT's class wise, it's always better, for geography is what I'm telling, it's always better to do it topic wise, because there are many topics which are related. For example, class 8th and 10th and 12th, then 9th and 11th one book, then another book also of 9th and 11th, then 12th both the books are also interrelated. So they have given it in, you know, quite interrelated manner. If you do that topic wise, that's really helpful. So all of these topics are also given in different chapters of the books, and I have given you already that list जहाँ पर सब कुछ बिल्कुल ही bifurcated दिया हुआ है. Moving on to see about the next one in the physical geography. So we can talk about oceanography. Now what all possibilities are there in the context of oceanography? For example, you can talk about temperature and the salinity of oceans. You can talk about these movements in the water bodies like waves, currents and tides. You can also talk about certain marine resources like biotic, mineral, energy etc. and coral reef. ये environment के साथ overlap हो जाता है. Then biogeography basically talks about the soils. So if you see here the classification and distribution of soils, soil profile, soil erosion, degradation, conservation of soil, deforestation related issues, agro and the social forestry, these are also given in your class 12 NCERT. Then the last one overlaps with your environment, which is a part of your GS3, and certain things related to environment are also given in the last section. So it is your environmental geography. These are also given in your class 11 फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी NCERT बुक. ज्योग्राफी की ही NCERT के लास्ट 2 चैप्टर्स में भी इन्वायरमेंट वाला टॉपिक दिया हुआ है. सो इट टॉक्स अबाउट द कॉन्सेप्ट्स लाइक इकोलॉजी, इकोसिस्टम, कंजर्वेशन, degradation, biodiversity, the acts and the legislations, hazards related to the phenomena, etc. Now all of these I am anyways going to cover in the separate section in environment and ecology series, which is already undergoing. So we do not need to pressurize ourselves much about it. The overlapping portions are going to be covered in some or the other manner anyways in different syllabus. So this was about kind of a brief bifurcation for salient features of world's physical geography. Moving on to the next one, which is about the natural resources. So distribution of key natural resources. Now what possibilities could be here? So you know, if you let's say talk about the different resources, just a moment, I think there is some problem that you are not probably seeing it on the screen. Let me fix that out. Hi, let's continue. I think it might be now visible on the screen. I hope that's clear. So let's see what are the things that we have talked about कि हम resources में cover कर सकते हैं. Distribution of key natural resources. For example, the things like water resource, land resource, energy resource, उसी में फिर oil, gas, oceanic resource. ठीक है, इसमें soil वगैरह भी आ जाता है, but then that you are already seeing here. Then you know, like for example, if you talk about let's say natural vegetation and wildlife, ठीक है, that could also be covered here. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल वन एग्जाम्पल अगर हम ओशनिक का एग्जाम्पल देखें तो इन्होंने कैसे टाइप के क्वेश्चन पूछे हुए हैं. क्रिटिकली इवेलुएट द वेरियस रिसोर्सेज ऑफ द ओशंस विच कैन बी हार्नेस्ड टू मीट द रिसोर्स क्राइसिस इन द वर्ल्ड. नाउ यू कैन सी दैट इंडिया स्पेसिफिक तो जो पूछेंगे वो तो पूछेंगे ही, बट इन जनरल वर्ल्ड रिसोर्स क्राइसिस को लेके दे हैव रिलेटेड इट विथ योर ओशनिक रिसोर्सेज. So you should have your short notes ready on, you know, different resources and the distribution and then the impact, etc. The conservation, of course, and any current affairs related data, report, input, any kind of thing would be very handy for such sections. Of course, the map work need not be forgotten. The next section in this unit itself talks about factors responsible for the location of primary, secondary and the tertiary sector industries in various parts of the world. For example, you can talk about agricultural related industries like sugarcane, jute mills, etc. Cotton textile का हो गया, chemical industries हो गई, oil refineries हो गई, iron and steel हो गई. So on all of these you can have the short notes, the factors responsible for the location and any current affairs related to them. Next you see is the unit 12. Unit 12 जो मैंने last वाला mark करके रखा है, it talks about important geophysical phenomena such as earthquake, tsunami, volcanic activity, cyclone, etc. So I have just shown you that it is related to the first unit of GS1 geography also. The first one, I mean this one, salient features of world's physical geography. Also it is overlapping with your GS3 उसमें जो disaster management का section है. So let's say, you know, when you prepare your earthquake, एज अ टॉपिक दैट क्या है, कैसे होता है, उससे रिलेटेड जो भी चीज़ें हैं. ट्राई टू प्रिपेयर दिस देन एज अ डिजास्टर ऑल्सो, लाइक एज अ फिनोमिना फर्स्ट कि होता कैसे है, अकरेंस क्या है, कैसे मेजर करते हैं एक्सेट्रा. देन डू इट एज अ डिजास्टर. सिमिलर गोज फॉर सुनामी, वॉल्केनो, साइक्लोन एक्सेट्रा. लाइक व्हेन यू स्टडी द साइक्लोन फॉर्मेशन इन एटमॉस्फेयर वाला टॉपिक जब आप पढ़ोगे क्लाइमेटोलॉजी में, व्हेन यू विल स्टडी अबाउट साइक्लोन्स, तो उसको फिर वहीं कर लेना है. अगर आप ओशनोग्राफी पढ़ रहे हो, लेट्स से व्हेन यू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट दीज फेनोमेना यू विल ऑल्सो रीड अबाउट सुनामी, देन डू इट राइट देयर. सो अर्थक्वेक एंड वॉल्केनोज तो आपको यहीं पर करना होता है. सुनामी यहाँ भी कर सकते हैं, यहाँ भी कर सकते हैं, डजंट मैटर मच. ठीक है, द होल आइडिया इज टू प्रिपेयर एक्चुअली. See, the reason why I am telling this is, although GS3 is a different paper, GS1 is a different paper, but when I will show you the previous year questions of mains, you will realize one thing, that you need to have that interdisciplinary approach. You cannot expect that बस आप एक साइड से सब कुछ कर रहे हो और आप जा रहे हो and then you are just trying to solve the questions and you will easily be able to. The more knowledge, the more diverse knowledge you will have of different disciplines here, subjects here, it will be very handy for you to actually give very good introduction and conclusion on those matters. तो फिर उसको कर पाना kind of काफ़ी आसान हो जाता है. So prepare this like this. So short note कर लिया, उस पर causes, effect हो गए and the current affairs related material. And the last one, overlaps with your environment. इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा bifurcation हम लोग ज़्यादा कुछ कर भी नहीं सकते because it itself gives you that hint. For example, geographical features and their location, changes in the features including water bodies and ice caps. So this is highly current affairs oriented, क्योंकि environment में जो भी changes आ रहे हैं in the features वो current affair oriented ही है. And flora fauna में भी changes and the effects of such changes. So overlapping with environment, that to the current part of the environment. Now there are certain broader topics also जो कि यहाँ पर ऐसे नहीं इतना clearly दिख रहा है, तो उसको मैंने प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस के हिसाब से अलग से बांट दिया है, विच विल सम ऑफ देम विल ऑलरेडी बीन यू वुड हैव सीन राइट नाउ इन द सिलेबस. बाकी को हम एक ब्रॉडर के हिसाब से कवर कर सकते हैं. एंड द लिस्ट दैट आई हैव टॉक टू यू अबाउट, एक बार जब आप उस लिस्ट को रेफर करोगे इन दैट एक्सपेक्टेशंस वीडियो, एक ज्योग्राफी की प्ले लिस्ट होगी, यू विल गेट द लिंक इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन सेक्शन ऑफ दिस वीडियो ऑल्सो. उस ज्योग्राफी प्ले लिस्ट में just check the first video about the expectations from the geography lecture series and you will get that list. I have already given the PDF in the Telegram channel. The link for the Telegram channel is also given in the description section. See, now I'm already providing the resources to you. The whole idea is if you are able to make use of those or not for your own benefit. You cannot always expect spoon feeding. Still, whatever is relevant from my side and important and possible from my side, I'm already providing. Now you need to make the best out of that for yourself. Okay, so let's quickly check some of the broader topics that could be covered in geography. For example, the solar system, physiography, climate, vegetation, soil, drainage system, which is about rivers, agriculture, which overlaps with your economy portion also of GS3. उसके syllabus में अलग से है, आपको दिखाऊंगी when I'll do that syllabus. Your environment, which again overlaps with your GS3 environment portion. Industry, trade is also overlapping with your GS3 economy portion. Population also GS3 economy के साथ relate करता है, ठीक है. सोसाइटी के साथ भी GS1 में relate करता है. Then transportation, energy resource, natural resource, water resource, regional development and planning and disaster management, as I have shown you, GS3 के disaster management के साथ overlap करता है. Some recommended sources for covering geography would be, of course, the NCERTs. There is no substitute for that. For the basic standard 6 to 10th, class 11th to 12th में दो parts हैं, दो books हैं, I mean, so 4 books are there and mandatorily needs to be done. But I will still recommend that rather than doing class wise, do topic wise, as I have shown you in that list. Then there is this book, Certificate Physical and Human Geography by G.C. Leong. That's a very famous book. बट उसमें आपको सब कुछ नहीं करना है बिकॉज वो थोड़ा फॉरेन ओरिएंटेड लिखा हुआ है, आपको उतना नहीं समझ में आएगा. साउथ ईस्ट एशिया को फोकस करके लिखा हुआ है. सो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज़, इसका जो क्लाइमेटिक्स का पार्ट 2 है GC लियोंग का, जिसमें क्लाइमेटिक जोन्स के बारे में बात है, उसको ही सिर्फ कवर कर लीजिएगा. दैट इज़ गोइंग टू बी वेरी हैंडी फॉर योर एनवायरमेंट रिलेटेड पोर्शन एंड प्रीलिम्स में उससे चीज़ें सॉल्व हो जाती हैं. एंड मैप्स, द एटलस, दैट इज़ लाइक प्रिटी इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ़ यू वांट टू गो फॉर गूगल मैप्स, डू दैट ऑल्सो. और अगर आप फिजिकल एटलस लेना चाहते हो, आई प्रेफर द बुक 1 बिकॉज उस पर नोट्स बनाना, उसको मार्क करना, चीज़ें आसान होती हैं. बट इफ़ यू आर समबडी हु इज़ वेरी प्रो विद द टेक्नोलॉजी, यू कैन मे बी गो फॉर द मैप्स ऑल्सो, गूगल मैप्स ऑल्सो. But if you are taking the hard copy of the atlas, have either the Orient Black Sun or the Oxford. I prefer this, but you can have any of them. Okay, that's not an issue. So this was all about the bifurcation of the geography series. I hope ये 3 topics को मैंने जितने डिटेल में बांटा है आपके लिए थोड़ा कन्वीनियंट रहा हो. So this is how we are going to proceed for the other GS papers also. GS1 ends here. Now I'll start with GS2. Please stay tuned to the Telegram channel because it's there that you are getting all the updates about any kind of information from my side. Thank you so much guys. Take care till the next video. Bye bye. Take care.